The book I chose to present is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, and I'm Shannon Ross. Leigh Bardugo was born in Jerusalem on April 6, 1975. She was raised in Southern California by her mother and grandparents, and she graduated in 1997 with a degree in English from Yale University. She then worked as a journalist, makeup artist, movie trailer writer, and transcriber before becoming an author. She was married in 2022, and after her marriage, she purchased a small 1918 schoolhouse as her first home. It also has a garden which she and her husband tend to. She became a published author beginning in 2012 by the Macmillan Publishing Company in New York and has continued writing to this day. She started writing late in life. Well, she started writing when she was a child, but she didn't have enough confidence and didn't think she was a good writer until she was in her 30s. That's when she was published. The very first books she wrote were Shadow and Bone, The Gathering Dark in 2012. Some more were The Witch of Duva. In 2013, she wrote The Too Clever Fox and Siege and Storm. In 2014, she had 3 books, Little Knife, Ruin and Rising, and The Demon in the Wood. In 2015, she wrote 6 of Crows, Crooked Kingdom in 2016, Language of Thorns in 2017, and also she wrote a book for DC Icons, Wonder Woman Warbringer in 2017. King of Scars in Ninth House was in 2019, and The Lives of Saints in 2020, and Rule of Wolves in 2021. Ninth House was picked up by Amazon for production and is now a fantasy series on Prime Video. Shadow and Bone, a trilogy, and 6 of Crows, a duology, were both picked up for production by Netflix. Both of the series take place in the fictional Grishaverse and are based off of the book series. One major artistic movement that may have influenced the author exploded in the 1980s, which was the Goth movement. It was started in America as a retort to the rigid social system of issues only being black and white or us versus them mentality. They played the role of extreme othering by dressing in clothing that was all black, not at all like typical Americans dressed. The constant threat of nuclear war contributed to their artistic expression of fears in their music, art, and literature. Some major U.S. historical events that happened in the 1980s and 90s, which may have influenced her, was the AIDS crisis and economic problems due to corporate greed. And there was also a new interest in the writings of minorities, of which she is one. Work has been instrumental in popularizing the fantasy genre with young adults. Some of the first books that she wrote were published for young adults. Social issues are explored in her writings by using fantasy as the catalyst. This fantasy novel is about a girl named Galaxy, Alex Stern, and how she uses her ability to communicate with ghosts to serve in an elite society named Lethe House. It is located on the campus of Yale University. The story involves themes of power, privilege, sexual assault, sorcery, and murder. In the book, Alex's mentor, Darlington, disappears, and her friend is murdered. She decides to investigate against the detective Turner's advice. A Gluma is sent to attack her numerous times. A Gluma is like a demon, a powerful one, but she survived each attack. The use of drugs was prevalent in the book, and it was discovered that a drug called Merity was being manufactured on campus. When taken, it caused people to be amenable when ingested, which means they were relaxed and just didn't care about anything. That was what led to the sexual assaults. It ends with Alex, along with her friend Dawes, deciding that they must go to hell to retrieve Darlington, after it was discovered that a hell beast put him there. Overall analysis. The main character, Alex, is symbolized as a snake, striking when provoked. Her friend Helly once told her, "You got a little viper lurking in there ready to strike." In the story, women and the indigent were just people that they could use for their benefit. Alex said, "People like you and me don't matter when we stop being useful." Personification is given to the Greys. That is the ghost that she can communicate with, because they're gray in color. That's why they're called Greys. In the book, it states on page 156, "Know someone, a Grey." Instead of know something, they say know someone. The presence of water allowed the Greys to speak to her. Water is the element of translation. It is the mediary. And also water mixed with blood would cause the Greys to appear. That's when she got attacked in the bathroom. The novel is based on imagination and the author's first-hand involvement in a secret society called Wolf's Head during her time at Yale. I just wonder how much is true and how much is false. It's a mystery. Bye.